Hi everyone, it's Christina and welcome to my channel. So we're going to go through my December daily and I have a list of what I want to do in this video. So one December daily, show you a few of my Christmas gifts, show you my new 2020 notebook, and a few things I got from Inloveartshop.com. All right, so let's open this up. I know I showed you the first few pages already in my last video, so we won't go through those again. Look, I didn't even put no recipes there. That's what this was here for, but I don't know. I guess that's okay. There was my nights, my favorite shows that are on TV. Love this so much. I'm going to put this in my December daily every year. It was written by Ali Edwards. And she just writes down her December hopes, and these are my December hopes as well. And I should actually put little check marks because I was able to do just about everything on this. All right, so I had a lot of pockets. I didn't use them up. I like this one. I need to stick something in there. So here, we'll just put that in there. There we go. I'm using my pockets. All right, so I think I left off right here. There's my Christmas tree. Did a little bit of layout and journaling under there. And here, I made sure this year, instead of writing December the 2nd and like the 3rd, I wanted to do the days of the week. So I'm glad I did that. And here I've just laid out some journaling cards and did some journaling on there. This was my calendar, and I'm glad I had that. I do this now all the time. Put a little calendar in, and everything I jot down here, very small writing, but at least if I haven't done anything in 2, 3, 4 days, I come back to here and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, and that kind of helps me determine what I'm going to put on my page. And at least this, you know, this also shows me that I don't forget, because I forget. You know, you have one of those days and you just don't remember what you did. So there's a little journaling page too. Didn't put anything there. I love that paper. And here, this was Thursday the 5th, Friday the 6th. I think this was a bit of a to-do list here. And then this was the 7th, which was my birthday, which is always exciting. We started a new tradition, my husband and I, last year. He asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, go shopping with you, and you have to be happy the whole time, and we have to go for lunch, and you have to pay for everything. So he thinks that's pretty funny. So this is the 2nd year that we did that, and there I am on the front porch, and he took a picture. Look at all my packages. And I like this here. This is a die of a memory decks card, and it's fun to either just decorate it or even use it for a journaling spot. And in here, this background is a napkin. And there's Indy. She's looking at the tree. She was way more into the Christmas tree this year than past years. You know, batting the Christmas decorations and trying to go up inside the tree. But she didn't knock it over. That's a good thing. And then here on this page, oh, I was trying to write some of the movies that I watched, but I never seemed to get, I don't know. I watched a lot, but I didn't write them down. And then here on Monday the 9th, I think this is funny. Ever have one of those days that you don't remember what you did? Well, I can't remember what I did on the 9th, but I do remember wrapping presents. Then I did a page on December the 10th. I did a remember page. Which was very hard. Actually, Christmas was very difficult for my husband and I and the boys this year. It was our first Christmas without Tyler, but we survived, and this page was just dedicated to him. And here I had all kinds of, I'm sure you know at Christmas time, if you're doing something like this, recording your memories, and your desk was very messy. My desk was very messy, and I just took bits and pieces and glued everything down and journaled right here in the center. Then here, let me see. I put a picture of the post office, 12/13. Looks like I was busy working on the 12th and the 13th, so there's Thursday, Friday. Then on the 14th, I did a little journaling right there. which I guess was going to the post office. And here I have this really nice stamp. Isn't it pretty, from Stampin' Up? So I stamped it because it went right with what we did that evening, was go to the CP holiday train. And the entertainers were Terry Clark and Dallas Smith. So lots of fun, a little bit cold, but it was good times. This background is an envelope. And there, yes, Sunday the 15th, here I wrote down, I watched the Jan Arden special. Did anybody see that? It was pretty good. And then back in the envelope here, I've just put a few photos. Again, Indy under the tree. And we went for breakfast or brunch at Quay Out Lodge. It's about a half-hour drive from here, and it's a wonderful brunch they have there. I love this paper. This is tracing paper. And then here, December the 16th, 17, 18, 19. That's one full page because it looks like I did a lot of working. I had to go to the dentist, so I just glued this on. This is part of a Christmas card. And then here, I don't think this is a particular day, but I have this stamp. She reminds me of me because I'm sitting at my craft desk right here, and I have my journal in front of me, and I have my coffee, and I'm just thinking what's going to go in my journal. But I did write down one of my favorite parts of holiday shopping is buying small gifts to fill the family stockings, and I always have lots of fun doing that. Here's a picture. It was starting to snow, and you know, every day we get a little bit more snow, and it's getting cold. And we live here in Blind Bay. We're like in the mountains, and it gets the clouds hang low, and it's always foggy and kind of dark and misty. So that's kind of what winter is like for us here, and I'm always searching for sunshine. And so did my journaling here. And on the 21st, I made an executive decision today, and I went clothes shopping. Here on the 22nd, a little quote, I forget by who, but you can't change the past. You can't predict the future. Just live in the moment. There's Indy. She's looking out the window. She's always looking out the window. And I think back here, this tag. Oh yeah, my youngest son arrived today, or that day. And here, this layout. Yeah, I wrote we're down to the last couple of days before Christmas. And here I wrote the supper for that night. And this is tissue paper, Christmas tissue paper. Is that? No, it's not tissue paper. It is parchment paper. I got it at the dollar store. Love that. And then here, this layout is Happy Mail that I got. Hi, Lynn. Lynn and I, we do a swap at least 3 times a year. So see this little mouth that's kissing the snowman? That's me kissing you, Lynn. And that's kind of like, you know, oh, thank you for my swap package. So just added all these little elements, like today, a flower, thankful. This one says 1 day before Christmas, special delivery. And this is where I was able to write a little bit about my Happy Mail. And then this envelope here is a picture of my Happy Mail. And she made me, which I'll show you right now, she made me this wonderful Christmas journal for next year, so I don't even have to make one. Look at this gorgeous charm that she made. Love the paper that you chose. And you see here, look at all the trim. I mean, I only add trim on maybe 3 pages, and she's just got trim. Lots of trim. Isn't that pretty just to look at? And then she always puts these little, forget what these are called. They're like little safety pins, Tim Holtz safety pins. And she puts, look, there's got a little bell. And there's another one here. Look at this one. It's a, oh, that's so sweet. It's a moose or a deer. And there's one here too. It's an angel. But it's lovely, Lynn. It's so beautiful. You are so talented at making these journals. So thank you so much for that. And then here we are. It's the 24th. We have 2 celebrations. We go to my sister's on Christmas Eve and exchange gifts with each other. And then on Christmas morning, Mark and I and our kids, we have Christmas breakfast, we open gifts, and then that evening my sister and her husband come over and we have the roast turkey dinner. So instead of this year having like one picture per page, I just decided to do this whole grid, and there's 9 pictures here. So this is Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Here I was able to document on this big tag, wrote a little bit there, and there's Santa with his big toy sack. Here I got this from a magazine. I just love the deer and the birdie, and of course this poem went with it. There's my 25. Oh, here's a recipe. See? Oh no, that's not a recipe. This was the Christmas Day dinner menu. We were going to go on a Santa sleigh ride. We haven't gotten around to it yet, but you never know. We still could go, so I haven't really attached this too strong with glue, so I can remove this and put it in my new journal. This reminds me so much of the stories my dad told me when he was growing up in the 1930s. So that's where that picture went. And then here, this was a while back. This was in 2015. Picture of my dad and I. This is when he was in the hospital. Put a Santa hat on his head. I still have a picture that I need to print out. It's going to go here. Another snow picture. Another snow day here. And what better than to have hot cocoa on a cold day. So this is the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. Because I think those days were a blur to me. My husband went to go visit his parents, and I cleaned my craft room, watched Netflix, slept, and had popcorn and pop. And this here, a snapshot of life. Oh yeah, so we lost power. We've had so much snow, and then it rained and snowed. The snow gets heavy, sits on those telephone wires and all the power lines, and so we lost power for a couple of days. We had nothing planned for New Year's Eve, so it was just my husband and I. We did not make it to midnight. Here he is making supper in the dark, but we do have some LED lights. We played some games, had some snacks. That morning of the 31st, I twisted my foot, silly me, but it was a very minor twist. I had an ice pack on it, and within one day I was pretty much back to normal. And then on this onion skin paper, I do like to write on it, which I'll show you right now. One of the presents my husband got me in my stocking, he's the best stocking stuffer, let me tell you. I got these zebra fountain pens in all these colors, and it writes beautiful, so I love those. Thank you, sweetheart. So I did a little bit of journaling about, I guess, reflecting on the past, and that goes back to this Allie Edwards poem here, or not poem, but whatever she wrote here, to capture as many memories as possible, to reflect on the month and the year, to close this album with a sense of peace, warmth, and love for all that it contains and all that represents this December. And so that's kind of what my journaling was right there. Then I did a little bit more here because I'm talking about taking the tree down. So my whole house is clean except the Christmas tree, but actually it's bare now. I've taken all the Christmas decorations down. And then here I've got, so let's see here, I wrote so long 2019, hello 2020. There's one other tree. Tree number 2 is downstairs. So I am talking to you right now from my craft table here. And when I look out there, I have another tree that I get to look at. And that's still sitting there as I'm, like right now I can see it. It's right there. And I get kind of lazy, but I'll take it down within the next few days or the next week. But here I wrote, hello 2020. So grateful to have so many followers and friends on Instagram and YouTube. Every day I feel so lucky to be able to connect with such an amazing community of friends. I've got personal and business goals planned for 2020. One of these is to declutter and organize my home and to continue to have healthy eating habits. And I also organized and decluttered my crafts room in the last few days, so I'm really happy about that. And then here, the last thing I documented was coffee, coffee cup, dream big, goals for 2020, coffee, coffee, coffee. I thought that was just a fun page because I do enjoy my coffee in the morning. All right, so finished with my December daily. I can wrap this elastic band around it and I am done and it's going on my shelf. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you was, I guess, my new journal for 2020. So this is it right here. I used this vintage paper for the cover and I did stitching all around it just for extra effect. Then I glued with some Mod Podge, a napkin, which I just like that texture that the Mod Podge gives. So that's on the front. And then some vintage images, this little girl, I love coffee. C could be for Christina or coffee. First coffee, Happy New Year, little kitty, because that reminds me of Indy, and she spends a lot of time with me. She follows me all over the house, so why not put a picture of a cat on the front cover? Hello to this new day, and then here, January, February, March 2020. I'm kind of hoping I'll do 3 months in here. You know, maybe that's stretching it, but I'm going to try. So there's the inside cover. I've got this clear pocket that I can add something in here if I want. See, there's my trim. I don't trim every page, but I've got some here. I've got some there. And one more, this pink trim right there. These are my healthy habits for 2020. I'm going to try very hard to do these every day. While I was cleaning my room, I came across this, so I cut it out. Like it, learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. I've already got this in here. This was on Instagram. I won one of the 12 days of Christmas giveaway that Leave Judd was having. So this was part of her Christmas card. I've got that in there. It's sort of like a tip in. And that was the front of the Christmas card. Pretty. And I'm just going to do some journaling there. Here I've already got my January 2020 calendar. And I always like to cover this part and that part as well. And in here, I've done this before. I like this idea where you... it works good for me because I'm busy a lot of days, so there's not a lot to document. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the weekends. So I don't have to feel like, oh, overwhelmed that I have to fill a whole page. Here I can just jot down a little bit, and lots of times it's just going to be work, work, work. But you know, you do things throughout the week, and I can jot them down. And then this page is sort of goes with this as far as images and more journaling if I want to add more about this week on this page. And that was, I believe her name is Robin Marie Smith, or is it Marie Robin Smith? One or the other. She came out with this quite a few years ago, so that's where I got that idea. And I've already started another one here. And that's pretty much it. There's my new 2020 notebook for January, February, and March. And then in here, I've already collected some goodies that I want to put in my book. I made this envelope out of, I think, an encyclopedia page. Cuddles. Ooh, that's going to be fun. I want to put that in there. And there's my February calendar. And then I already want to do this on a page. So this is kind of like a layout. I want to do an image here, put a heading bucket list, 10 things I want to do in 2020, and then have my list here. So, yeah, and it's only 10 because that's about all I can handle. And then, oh, I've got this frame, snowbird cutouts, and then favorite recipes. I think I want to jot that down, and I've already got one here. I worked all day making this dessert, and of course, I didn't work all day making this dessert, but it's quite tasty. And then I got this from a journal book I had a few years ago, so it's already got January, February, March. So I've got that. So yeah, I'm all ready for that. Love my new notebook. And then I'm going to show you, so I showed you the pens that hubby bought me, but he also got me this. Look how beautiful this fountain pen is. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, but this is more expensive than these ones. But yeah, I'm going to love that. Then he got me some stamps. Look how sweet this one is. See, it's a little mouse. How cute. I should have stamped them first. Sorry, I usually do that, but there's a little mousey on like a postcard. And this one, it says Cure All Tea. And here it says pinch of cayenne, pinch of ginger, slice of lemon. There's the lemon slice, bottle of cayenne, and a little mouse hanging over the teacup. And this one is a stack. This one is a stack of books and all these little mice all around it. So this is nice to stamp on a journal page and then maybe have a picture of a book or two that you just read and you might want to write a little review on it. Love this one. The months. It's even got week, year. Let's see, date, vintage typewriter, email, and the big typewriter, so love that. And then this one here, like this one, Once Upon a Time, Happy End, Have a Good Day, Photography, My Life, perfect words for, even for making your tabs. They're perfect little words to add on your tabs. And we've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, big journal card here. So love that one. So that was nice. And then lastly, I'm going to show you this from Inloveartshop.com. They sent this to me to do a review on it. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I don't know about you guys, but why do I always lose my bone folders? And I think maybe as I'm cleaning up, I've got a pile of stuff that's going to the garbage, and this might be underneath that pile of garbage, my bone folder, because I don't know, I'm always losing them. So got that. Then this paper, oh, and then I got this stamp set. Love that. Coffee smells like magic and fairy tales. And then coffee, stack of books, glasses, and there's a coffee cup back there. And then this paper here. So you get vellum paper, and then paper. So really pretty. I like the vellum paper. And what I usually do for vellum is I use it as a tip in one of my pages. So I just tape it in and I'll cut it. And it's really nice, maybe not that coffee page, but it's kind of nice because you can still see the background in here. So that's what I usually use that for. So like that. And then lastly, oh yes, forget what these are called, but they're stickers. They're flower stickers. They're so pretty. I love these so much. There's all kinds of, here, I'll show you, let me take this out. So these are all the designs on the back. All of these flower stickers and leaves. And they're very fine. You have to work at it a little bit, but you got to peel it apart. And they're so pretty on doing a page layout. And I did use it back here somewhere. So here, there's one. And then on this page, I also used one here and one at the top. So it's beautiful to decorate your pages. So yes, highly recommend that. I will leave a link to the shop down below. And I believe they also sent me a discount code. Don't quote me on that, but I'll leave it down below. I love that one. All right, everyone. That was fun. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.